guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaye or Kaye, and wow, it's been a minute since I filmed a podcast, and that's just usual, okay? Because if you follow my channel, you know that I just post a bunch of vlogs mainly. I'm a vlogger and a podcaster second. So last time I filmed was like May or something, I don't know, and I think this is episode 7, not sure. I really don't want to sit here for a long time talking about all of this, so hopefully I don't talk a lot. Like, I don't over talk, you know? I just give you the information that you need to know and then leave, because I'm sorry, I do not feel like editing an hour-and-a-half video. It is what it is, so we're gonna be in and out of this quickly, okay? So, I have a lot to talk about. That's why I'm like, I don't want to sit here. Do I have yarn on my lens as usual? I don't want to sit here and talk for a long time, but I do have a lot to talk about, okay? Like, that's why I'm like, I don't want to sit here for a long time talking because I do have a lot to talk about, so hopefully I don't talk about it. Anyway, as usual, I have my phone, and I'm going to be referencing it a lot for everything, so I don't forget anything. And I probably did forget something, but who cares? Anyway, what am I wearing? I'm wearing my Anchor Tee by Petite knit. I knitted this like either last year or the year before. Probably last year, because last year was when I knitted a lot of my knits, you know, because I started knitting. Oh my gosh, August is coming up. I started knitting August 15th, 2021. That's so weird. It's like such a short amount of time, but a long amount of time as well at the same time. So it's about to be 2 years since I started knitting. It's only gonna be 2 years? Oh my gosh, that's interesting. Anyway, what else do I want to say before I get into it? Oh yeah, so I was talking about this. Whew, forgot already. So Anchor Tee by Petite knit, and it's knitted with Sorella hand-dyed yarn and Sorella hand-dyed mohair. I wanted to knit a tee that I could wear in like the fall as well as the summer. So, well, the fall and the spring mainly, because I can wear this in the spring where the cold is transitioning to the heat, and I can wear this in the fall where the heat is transitioning to the cold because of the mohair. So, I did it on purpose, all right? Anyway, what else? Well, let me look at my phone real quick. Any notes? Oh yeah, so I'm thinking of doing a destashing because I have a lot of yarn just sitting there left over that I'm literally not going to touch again. So I'll insert a picture. It's not a lot, but it is a lot at the same time. It's too much for me, especially when I have this stash behind me and another large stash with non-hand-dyed yarn in it as well. So let me know if you'll be interested in destashing. It's gonna happen whether you guys are interested or not. It'll be up on a Copy Dolls website. Insert Copy Dolls here, and it'll always be linked in the description box as well. So of course I'll update you guys and let you know when it's happening. Follow me on Instagram if you want to be updated in real time, because by the time it gets to YouTube, I don't know, things could be sold out. So if you want to stay updated, follow me on Instagram, because I will be posting on there first and always, and I'll try to update you guys here in my vlogs. So watch my vlogs. That's where I update you guys on like everything as well when it's not on Instagram. Okay, I think that's enough. It's already like 4 minutes of talking. So, do I have something in my eyeball? Oh god. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, we're doing finished objects first, and I'm so excited. I've been waiting to talk to you guys about these projects, okay? Let's start off with my Tolsta Tee by CreaBea. When I tell you, I had so much fun knitting on this Tolsta Tee. This is what it looks like. I'll insert a picture of me in it as well. This is like my most worn knit right now. This right here. It's such a cozy, beautiful tee. It's made with Drops Lima, one strand of Drops Lima, which is like, I don't know if it's 100% alpaca or like alpaca with another fiber, but it's definitely alpaca. And it's DK weight, one strand. This beautiful loose gauge. Look at this. Oh, can you see? Can you see? I love the wide collar, and I know a lot of people don't like wide collars or the wide collar on this pattern, but I love it so much. It's not choking me like this anchor tee right now. Like if this anchor tee was more like, that looks ugly, but if it wasn't so like, you know, it would be even better. Even though this doesn't bother me, but I would rather a neckline like this, okay, where it's just like so wide it could almost be off the shoulder. Okay, Malika would be cringing right now because she hates necklines like that. Malika, aka Mr. Robin, my sister. But anyway, so yeah, this right here was such a quick knit, and I don't remember how many balls I used, but my first Tolsta Tee, which I'll insert a picture, so nice. I did the first size, but I don't like true to size clothing at all. If you guys know me, you know I love oversized everything, okay? Unless it's like a dress, I can do true to size dresses, even though I like my dresses to be oversized as well and baggy. But I can do true to size dresses. I was gonna say in pants, but like, yeah, it's just pants. But true to size like tees, like I need to feel comfortable in it. It needs to be loose and baggy. So the first one was cool. I used Lover yarn from Sorella's first Taylor Swift collection in 2021. Beautiful yarn. And I was just like, I need it bigger. And I knew I was gonna knit another Tolsta Tee. Look at me already giving you guys extra information, but whatever, okay? As long as it's not an hour long, I'll be okay. We can hit 50 minutes, okay? I'll give myself 50 minutes, yeah. So anyway, I know I was gonna knit another one, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna knit like a bunch of sizes bigger than my size. So instead of size 1, I knitted size 4, and it came out exactly how I wanted it to come out. Like 5mm needles, beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love it so much. I have another Tolsta Tee on the needles, and I'll show you guys that later as part of my whips. Also, I've never had so many whips on the needles at once. I am slightly overwhelmed, and I will be casting on like at least one more project or two, depending if I can control myself. We shall see, but definitely one more. We'll talk about that another time. Anyway, yeah, so this is my Tolsta Tee. Is there anything else I need to say about this? I don't think so. My most worn garment, oh my god. I was gonna put this on today to wear, and I was just like, stop, wear something else. I'm like, oh, fine. So I found this tee, and I forgot I knitted this tee. It was like stashed somewhere in the bottom of some basket or something, and I was just like, oh, hello. Anyway, so yeah, that's my finished object. Let's fold you up and toss you to the side. My next one is my Fjord Tee, which is not here. Shocker. I knew I was gonna forget something. It is my Fjord Tee test knit by Ullenknitwear. That was so much fun to knit. I'll insert a picture for you guys. I knitted that on trio 1 and trio 2. 2 strands combined. Both are like linen and a bunch of other fibers that are like summer fibers, or fibers you can use to knit like baskets with or something. Like, oh, those fibers. Like, the project was fun to knit up. It was a construction I've never done before. So cool. I learned so much from this test knit, and it was my first ever test knit, actually. As you guys know, I got into test knitting after saying I would never test knit, but then I realized how testing actually was, and it was actually fun. So yeah, you know, even if you say never, you can change your mind. Who cares? If someone's like, oh, but you said never. It's like, I did, and now I'm doing it, and? But yeah, and it's so much fun. It was, oh, that tee is so great. But one thing I won't ever do is knit with 2 strands of linen for a project that's a garment ever again. Had to have my hand cream on deck. Like, it wasn't that rough, but like, it's not pleasurable to knit with, you know, especially when I had wool projects on the side when I would pick that up and I'm just like, oh my god, and then go back to that, and it's just like, and it's like, oh, no thank you, no thank you. But overall, it was a great knit. Highly recommend. The pattern is not out yet. The pattern's actually out now, and I linked it. If it is out, I will link it down below for you guys. Either way, I'll link Maria Ullenknitwear's website for you guys to check out her other patterns as well. She's a great designer. I love her things. I'm also test knitting for another project for her that we'll get to as well, which is great. I love it. But yeah, so that's my second finished object, and now I have a last finished object, which is like my favorite project I've knitted for the year and like my favorite sweater ever. Okay, introducing my second or third, this is my third test knit. My second test knit is still a whip. This is my third test. Oh, look at those colors. Oh my God, you guys. When I tell you, I know Chelsea is screaming with me right now. Scream with me, girl. Chelsea True Lane. Ah! Look at this. This is the Stripe Hype sweater by Kutovakika, and I test knitted this for her, and I finished this in a week and 3 days. This double-stranded DK weight oversized sweater in a week and 3 days. I've never knitted a sweater in such a short amount of time before. Like, crazy. You guys want to see something crazy? Ah, I don't weave in my ends. If you can't see it, I'm not weaving it in. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, let me turn it inside out so you guys can see what I mean. And I know all about the carrying the yarn. I don't care. I don't care. Look at this. If you can't see it, I'm not weaving it in. It is not a joke, okay? I can't feel it. It doesn't bother me, so I'm not wasting my time weaving in my ends. I'll tell you that. Because look, beautiful. Can you see the ends? No, you cannot, so it doesn't matter. That's how I look at it, okay? Knitting is art. Who cares? Don't stress. Anyway, this beautiful sweater right here, I had so much fun. The original pattern called for like a bajillion different colors to make it like a nice scrappy project, which is great, but like I didn't care for that style. I just wanted to knit with 2 colors. And so at first I was going to use these colors for a melange sweater by Petite Knit, because I'm like, I love mashing crazy colors that wouldn't seem like they would go together. But then I signed up for this test knit and I got it. And I was like, oh, I can just use these colors. So this is Sorella yarn. I have a lot of Sorella yarn in my stash. Sorella and Red Door Fiber Studio. They're like rivaling each other in my stash right now for like who can dominate it the most. And it's pretty okay. I keep getting yarn all over my lips. It's a pretty even fight between them, because like this whole thing is basically Red Door Fiber Studio, and then over here I have like Sorella, Red Door Fiber Studio, Sorella. Okay, so like they're fighting, but it's okay. It's a great fight. It's a fun fight, you know? So this is called Studio, and it's all superwash, merino wool, hand-dyed yarn, fingering weight yarn, double-stranded. So this pink yarn is Studio and the green yarn is Lodge. I'm not sure if it's in stash yarn for like the fall or something, or I just got it from a collection. I'm not sure. Usually when I get yarn from collections though, I get like variegated yarns because I'm obsessed with variegated yarns. Tonals are like, you know, they're great. I'll get them, but like I'm obsessed with variegation. As you can tell. See, I have a bunch of tonals, but most of the yarn you see on my shelf, whenever you do see them, stretching out my leg, is variegated. Anyway, thought this was perfect yarn to use for my test knit, and then Chelsea was like, I'm obsessed. When that pattern comes out, I'm knitting it. She knitted it. If you haven't seen her recent podcast, I'll link it. Watch it. She's awesome. She shows hers, and she used like colors that were kind of inspired by like mine, and it's so great. One day we're gonna meet and we need to wear our stripe pipe sweaters together because we're gonna look so cool. And then Marlene from Marlene's Knits also, or is it Marlene Knits? I never know where to put the S, but Marlene, she also knitted this stripe hype sweater, and hers looks so good as well. Like, I love it so much. It's so great. This pattern, So easy, like literally number one, level 1 out of 5, whatever you want to rate it. Super beginner friendly pattern, super easy, highly recommend it. I'll link everything down below in the description box, so just check the description box out and you'll see if you want this pattern, okay? And also I probably would have inserted a picture of myself wearing it already, but when I tell you I had to pry myself out of this sweater, like I'm ready for winter because I'm gonna wear this sweater all the time. This is my favorite sweater ever, and it's so soft, and oh, I love superwash yarn because it just blocks out so beautifully. Like, look at these stitches. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I love stripes. And that's also why I love variegation, because I love stripes, but also like sometimes knitting stripes can be a little annoying with the changing of colors, even though I love changing colors, but it's like with all those ends and just starting, and that's why I love variegation, because it just creates its own color palette and design, and it's just but yeah, I definitely went in with this sweater. I love this sweater so much. What I use 4 or 5 millimeter needles, I don't even remember. Pretty sure it's 4 millimeter needles. Anyway, twisted rib neckline, twisted rib cuffs, and twisted rib body ribbing. And as you can see, the color, oh, this is such a great accent, the color at the end of all of the ribbing. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh, so good. Yeah, knit a stripe hype sweater, please. It's so good. And Kutovakika also came out with a stripe hype dress. I will be knitting that dress. I'll probably knit that. Okay, that is probably one of the projects that I will be casting on, that I might be casting on without finishing these projects first, because it's just such a great project. It's so good. Come on, it's so good. Anyway, those are my finished objects. Oh no, it's getting close to 20 minutes and I haven't even started my whips yet. Okay, I have a lot of acquisitions as well, so that's going to be at the end. And then I'm going to tell you guys about my future projects that I plan on knitting, because I basically have all the yarn here, so I might as well talk about it. Okay, so those are my finished objects. Surprisingly, only 3, but that's because all of the projects are in my whips right now. I have 7 whips on the needles, 8 whips if you count that one, but I'm not currently knitting on that one. That one is not active at all. That's the Cumulus Tee that I'm turning into a dress, and I'm using this blue cone right here. So that is number 8, but we have 7 active whips. Yes, all of them are active because I'm literally going through all of them. When I put one project down, I'm like, okay, let me pick up the other project, and then let me pick up the other project. 2 of them are small, 5 of them are big. So it's too much. It's too much going on, too many projects. Let's start off with literally what I was knitting on before I started filming and what made me start filming like late. I wanted to film at 12. It's 4 p.m. right now. Yeah, because I wanted to finish this one section with a test knit. So this is why did test knit come out like a test knit? So it's in this bag right here, which is the bag that I got from one of Cirilla's collections. It's really nice, except for the fact that like it got stained and now that can't come off. I use leather wipes and everything, and it just won't come off, but I don't care because it's a cute project bag, so cool. Alright, so this is my Marcu Polo by, I don't know how to say it, it's Creadia or Creadia. I still need to figure that out, but you can find her on Instagram. Her name is Navita, and I'll put her name and everything in the description. So this is my second test knit, and it's still a whip, but this is the second test knit I ever picked up, and I am obsessed with this pattern. Okay, obsessed. So I was knitting on a body. I'm gonna explain all this and then I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, so I was knitting on a body, and then I was getting a little bored on the body, especially since this project is knitted on 2.5mm needles. I did not make a mistake. I said 2.5mm needles. Yes. Yes. And 2mm needles for collar and ribbing and stuff, right? Crazy. So I decided to take on that challenge because why not? I love tiny needles anyway. So I got a good bit of the body done. I was just like, oh, okay, let me start on a collar part so that I can just, you know, feel passionate about this project again. I'm so glad I did because it was the best thing I ever did. Had so much fun. So let me show you guys what it looks like right now. Okay? Okay. So this is what it looks like. The Marcu Polo. It is a nice t-shirt with a collar, and here it is. If I can get it up, there we go. Boom. So this is the collar part. This is where the sleeves are going to be. So let me hold it like this so you guys can see properly. So, boom. Sleeve holes, the body, and this is the beautiful band that is double knitting. This is the first time I ever did double knitting to like, hold on, my leg is sleeping. Hold on. Oh my God. Okay, anyway, this is the first time I knitted double knitting to like create something. The only time I did double knitting was to like create a line in a project or something and then like fold over the collar or whatever. But this is the first time I ever did double knitting for like a button band. And it is, oh, you guys, that looks so good. And this part right here that is currently on the needles will be the collar part. I'll make sure to insert a picture so you guys can see what it's going to look like. So yeah, I finished the button band and now I'm gonna start on the collar. And I'm hoping to get some progress tonight in the collar. And then the body is still on the needles. After I finish the collar, I'm going to do the sleeves. And then, yeah, my sleeves are big. But it's okay. I like that. So, yeah, I'm going to work on a collar tonight. Get some progress in that. And just enjoy it. Because this is so good. I'm knitting this on one strand of fingering weight yarn. It is... what is this actually? It's this pretty yarn right here from Explore Knits. Right here. Let me see if I have the band. Oh yeah. It is called Don't Be Jelly by Explore Knits. Boom. Right here. Don't Be Jelly. And it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. And it is so much fun to knit on. Oh my gosh. This yarn is beautiful. And I'm excited to finish this up. So there is no official deadline for this project, but I do want to get through it because it has been a while. So yeah, I'm having so much fun on this test knit. And I just can't wait to finish the collar at least so I can take a nice, beautiful progress picture with the collar and the button band. Like, I did that. Oh, I feel like this is preparing me for the Elizabeth blouse that I want to knit later this year. And yeah, it's just so great. So that's whip number 1. My next one, I miss knitting on this whip so much. It's a whip that I started when I was in Sweden with my sisters and Alex. And bro, Alex is zooming through her Lyon sweater, dude. It's actually crazy. It's the Lyon sweater. And stop. Oh my god. It's in this giant petite knit bag that I got last year? This year? I don't know. But it was from her collection before the one that just dropped. I did not think that this bag would be this big, and it turned out to be huge. So let me show you what a regular petite knit bag looks like. It looks like this. I have like 3 or 4 petite knit bags. So it looks like this. And I thought this would be just slightly bigger, but it is not slightly bigger. It is significantly bigger. That's okay. I don't mind. I can fit a bunch of stuff in here. Anyway, so I have my Lyon sweater in here by Petite Knit. Make sure I'm mentioning the designers. If not, it's always, you know, always editing me always comes in clutch. But anyway, the Lyon sweater. Hello, I miss you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I haven't knitted this since I came back from Sweden. And it is a very sad day because I miss knitting on this sweater. But that's okay. So this is my progress on it so far. And this pattern, oh, I love stripes. This is so good. Oh, this is going to be so beautiful and oversized. You guys, come on. So this pattern calls for 2 strands of Sunday together, like double stranded, but I wanted to use double Sunday because I haven't used Sunday before either, I'm pretty sure. But I haven't used double Sunday either, and I did not feel like double stranding fingering because I double stranded fingering for my, what is that called? Stripe hype sweater, and then I was already double stranding for my Tolsta Tee that I'm going to be showing you guys next, and I was just like, I'm tired of double stranding fingering right now. Let me single strand some beautiful double Sunday. It is so soft. I got it in, actually have the balls here so I can show you. These are the colors. And I got this yarn in Sweden. This is also a yarn acquisition, so boom. Double Sunday. So this is in their brown color. I wish this brown was browner. I wish it was like a chocolate, you know? But it's okay. So this is in a color, I don't know. But it's 100% merino wool. So soft. And I thought these colors would be perfect together. And they are, if I do say so myself. Okay. So I don't know when this will be picked back up. I do want to get through my Marcu Polo with the collar and the sleeves. And what else? I have my other test knit, my dress that I'll be showing you guys in a little bit that I want to finish as well. And then I have the Tolsta Tee and, you know. So this one's going to be sitting on the needles for a little while. Sadly. Okay? Sadly. But I will get back to it. I will get back to you, I promise. It's so sad. But yeah, that's it for that project. Okay, and next, since I was just talking about it so much, I might as well show you guys. Let's put this over here. My Tolsta Tee, my third Tolsta Tee by CreaBea. And boom! Whoa! This looks so great on camera. I forgot how good it looked. Oh, look at that. Look at that yarn. So I split for sleeves and I'm now on the body. It's going to be a quick knit whenever I pick it back up. So I'm very excited for that because I need more tees to wear in the house when I'm just lounging, you know, or a tee to wear to the store and stuff. So I really want to finish this because this colorway is so beautiful. This is Explore Knits yarn and it is, what is it? Death Valley. It's from her National Park collection, I'm pretty sure. And I'm double stranding the fingering weight yarn. And this is what it looks like. Yeah, it's all jumbled and stuff, but it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed with this colorway. Like, oh, I'm obsessed with the tray. Like, look at how loose this is, but it's just like, it's so good. Anyway, yeah, so this is my Tolsta Tee, and there's not much else I need to say about it. This will be picked up after my test knits. Yeah, so after my dress and my Marcu Polo, I'll pick up this Tolsta Tee so I can just have a quick knit and feel satisfied and finished, you know? Next up we have, oh yes, let's talk about the dress. Can we get commotion for the dress? Sorry.
Can I hear a little commotion for the dress?
My dress test knit by Ullenknitwear. It is the Nata dress, and when I saw the dress, I was like, please, please, can I be part of that test knit? Because I would love to knit that up. Please. And she said yes. And I was like, thank you so much. And in 4 days, I got this much done. This is knitted on 4mm needles. And look at that fabric. Oh my gosh. This is stunning. So I'm knitting this with, please don't get off. Okay. I'm knitting this with a strand of Marilyn by Isaiah. The yarn is gifted for the test knit. A strand of Marilyn. This is 80% wool and 20% flax. And also with 2 strands of Trio, what is this? Trio 2, I'm pretty sure. Everything is so, apologies, hold on, give me a second. Okay, I'll deal with you guys later. But 2 strands of Trio 2, oh my gosh. And so this is the combination. And yeah, it creates this beautiful fabric right here. I wanted a gray dress. I kind of have an obsession with gray right now. It's a nice obsession. I love gray. Gray is nice. But this pattern is so easy, so beginner friendly. I'm gonna be doing double knitting along here, you know, all of the holes. And this dress, you can either do like a nice regular back, you know, where it's not low or anything, or you can do a low back. I'll insert a picture of Maria's dress. You can do a low back like that, and I chose that one. Okay, I chose the super low back. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I'll insert a picture of me actually, you know, wearing it, because I do have a picture of that, surprisingly. So the back is low, okay? But I made sure it wasn't too low to where my butt will be like poking out, you know. I have to think about that. So yeah, I got to this part and I'm obsessed. It's so great. It's so great. I love it so much. I had to set it down so I can work on my Marcu Polo, but I will be finishing this one before the Marcu Polo because I need to finish this by August, because I'm going to a Beyonce concert at the end of August with my mom and sisters. And I was like, oh, I can just knit this dress for the concert. Boom, perfect. I don't have to think about another outfit. This in the heat, surprisingly, it's so good. It's so good. I'm not hot in it in the heat. All that flax and linen and stuff coming into play. Hello? But yeah, obsessed with this. Obsessed. It's so good. So good. And now that I've done a double knitted like button band on my Marcu Polo, I'm like, oh, okay. The double knitting for here, it's gonna be a breeze. So excited for that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But I decided I'm going to finish off. Oh, and you can determine which length you want. A midi, I don't know what it is. Okay, midi, maxi, and mini, midi, and maxi. I think that's it. I chose the maxi because I love long dresses, and in this heat I want my legs to be covered. My back is like white as a ghost anyway compared to my the other places on my body that has been exposed to the sun, so I would love my back to get some sun exposure, so it's great anyway. A win-win. So, ding! I can't wait to finish this. I can't wait to take pictures. Oh! So whenever I'm done with the collar for my Marcu Polo, that is when I will come back to this dress. Unless the collar takes me a long time and I need time to finish this dress. So yeah, which won't take me long at all. I got this much in 4 days. I'm going to zoom through this project, which is great. I love this so much. All right, next up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The last big project I have is a cowl that I'm doing with my sister, Kalila Morkapi Kali, and with Chelsea Trulane. and with Alexandra's yarn. So I got this beautiful yarn. The Rainbow Sprinkles by Camellia Fiber Co. You can't even really see the sprinkles. What is going on here? It's because this yarn is so white. It's more like cream though. Like in person, it's like an off-white, I would say. And I got this yarn, went to Sweden, got this mohair to go with it. This is Cloud Sky and Knitting for Olive mohair. And it's like this like pinky color. I don't know if you guys can see that. But we decided to knit on the balloon sweater because we haven't knitted that before, and Alex is still debating whether she wants to do the sweater or the cardigan, the balloon sweater or the balloon cardigan. She was leaning more toward the cardigan, but we shall see. We shall see. So I started mine, Chelsea started hers, Kalila and Alex still haven't started their own because we all have a bunch of projects, okay, but I just decided to cast this on, and Chelsea was like, are we casting on right now? I was like, yeah. And she's like, let's go. So we are the ones out of the four of us that have progress. And yeah, it's fun. It's great. And this is my progress, right? This is what the yarn looks like together. This is my progress. Look at this color. This is the back, by the way, because the front is on a cable. Because I am knitting flat right now. Didn't know I'd be knitting flat like this. I haven't done a construction like this before, so it's really great. It's really cute, but look at those sprinkles, guys. Oh my god. It's showing up super white on camera, and it is not that white. It's not that white. In the sun, it has like this beautiful pink hue to it because of the mohair, and I'm just obsessed. So I just put this on hold for a little bit because I need to work up my Marcu Polo, but I just needed to at least get some progress on it, okay? I need to get to a part where I can just pick this up and knit on it, you know? And that's where I got to. So I'm obsessed with this color though, and the sleeves on this. I'll insert a picture of what it's going to look like. And just imagine these sprinkles as that sweater. Oh my gosh, this yarn, this is gonna be my first white sweater as well, and you guys know I do not care for white yarn, cream yarn, all of the above that's like white yarn. I do not care for it. I do not like it. I love color, okay? Color. As you can tell, lots of greens and blues. Don't call me out, please. But yeah, so beautiful yarn. I love it. It's so awesome. Petite knit, if I didn't say already, that sweater is staying right there for a little while, okay? But yeah, so those are my 5 big whips, and my other 2 small whips are whips that I've had on the needles for a while that I still haven't gotten any progress in, but because I haven't had another podcast in a while, I'm just gonna refresh your memories with these projects. So I have these vanilla socks on the needles. I finished 1 sock. Oh, stop, wait, I'm getting excited. I love knitting socks so much. I still can't believe I can knit socks. Like, that's crazy to me. But yeah, this is the first time I did like color contrasting, I don't know how to say it, but heel, toe, and cuff. And it's very successful if I do say so myself. Beautiful. And then I have the second sock on the needles right now. I am at the part where I need to, pretty sure I'm at the part where I need to start the heel. I'm almost there. I'm literally a few rounds off from, so yeah, just the second sock I need to finish. And that's it. So at some point, before I show you guys my last whip, or okay, I'll talk about it after I show my last whip, okay? I'll talk about my goals for the rest of the year with my projects, regarding my projects. So, I didn't even say what that yarn was. That yarn is Sad Girl Autumn sock set from Red Door Fiber Studio. Love her. And this is my last whip. It is the Weekend Hat by Petite Knit. It's been on the needles for a while, and I have some nice progress in it. I'm using Drops Lima in this blue color, you know, it's just Drops Lima, leftover yarn, and do I have another ball in here? I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, so Drops Lima weekend hat by Petite Knit, and that's about it. Whoop. So those are my 7, 8 whips, and oh, this cone is from Woolly Knit, by the way. That's it. So those are my whips, and I might be casting on 2 more whips, not because I have cast on itis and that I'm crazy casting on 2 more whips to have 10 whips on my needles. Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh, thinking about that is actually insane. But I'm having so much fun with these whips, so I really don't care. Even though it's overwhelming, it's fun, and that's all I want to do is have fun with my knits. So I don't care, because I know I will finish all of these whips because I love every whip that I have on the needles. So I have 2 more whips that I might cast on. Well, one that I'm definitely casting on and another that I might cast on. It depends on how I feel. But like I said, I'll explain later what those are going to be and why. Yeah. It's actually, there are actually good reasons for that. And I'm excited. So I'm done with my whips. I'm about to start on acquisitions, but I want to tell you guys, after I cast on my 1 or 2 more whips, then my goal will be to finish all of those whips before the end of the year, or by the end of the year. So before I cast on anything else. Okay, I'm giving myself to the end of the year, even though I have projects that I do want to cast on before the end of the year. Definitely. At least one. I mean, I have a few. I'll go over it with you guys. I want to cast those on, but I need to cast all of these off. Okay, so I'm going to be going on a knitting spree. I'm not casting on anything new after those projects. Okay, I wasn't supposed to cast on anything else after this, but then these came up, and yeah. It might just be one. I might just do one project, honestly. I'm probably going to just do one. Just one more. Okay, so just one more. And then I will go on a spree of casting off these projects. The good thing about these projects is that they're going to be easy to get through and cast off. So I'm having so much fun. Anyway, sorry if the lighting's changing and stuff like that. The sun is doing what the sun wants to do because it's 5 p.m. right now. So let's go over this yarn so I can end out this podcast, okay? So acquisitions, I went to Sweden and I got a bunch of yarn. So I got the mohair that I showed you guys, I got the double Sunday that I showed you guys, and then I also got this yarn right here. Oh, good, it's not a lot. Okay, so I also got Knitting for Olive, Merino, and Soft Silk. Why did I say soft like that? Soft silk mohair, both in a color navy blue. So last year I got Knitting for Olive navy blue mohair from the Knitting for Olive shop in Denmark when I went to Denmark last year. And I got enough for a Friday slipover. And I got yarn from 60 Garden Nord in Sweden last year, some maroon Knitting for Olive mohair and merino, and I made a Friday slipover out of that. I was like, oh, let me get a blue one so I can make a blue version. After I knitted up Friday slipover in the maroon color, I was like, I'm not knitting up another Friday slipover. Absolutely not. Broken rib stitch takes forever and I don't have enough patience for that. So I decided when I went to Sweden this year I would get more so I can just have a sweater quantity. So I have a sweater quantity of this yarn in my stash, and I'm thinking of making a chestnut sweater with it by Petite Knit. I wanted to knit that sweater since she came out with that pattern, okay? And I just did not have time. The October sweater was on that list too, and I knitted the October sweater and it looks like that. That's another one of my favorite sweaters. So I'm like, the chestnut sweater, perfect. Hers is navy blue. Mine can be navy blue. So it's gonna be great. But that's not gonna happen until like next year. So yeah. Oh, I need to stretch. Hold on. Another yarn that I got from Sweden. This. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty on camera. Oh my goodness. So I got two of these. This is yarn from Manos del Uruguay, and it is merino, 100% superwash merino wool, 874 yards, and this thing is like a lace weight basically. This strand is so thin. I got two of these and I don't know what I'm gonna make with it. Maybe a fingering weight Tolsta Tee? Huh? That seems like that would be the softest yarn, the softest tee ever, because come on, this is single ply. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is single ply yarn. So double stranded. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna be a fingering weight Tolsta Tee. Gotta be. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so good, so fun. All right, so that is what I got, and then I also got this yarn right here from 60 Go to Nord, and it is this mohair by Shangdrak. I think that's how you say it. If not, I'm sorry. And it's like new yarn that they got in the shop. So I was just like, hello, I'm gonna try it out. And I got three, I'm pretty sure 3 hanks. And I'm like, you know what? Hold on. What's the composition? Hold on, give me a second. It is 66% super kid mohair and 30% silk, 4% shrink resistant wool. Ah, that's cool. Wow, okay. And yeah, what the heck. Anyway, so I got this mohair and I was just like, you know what would go well with this mohair? Just a plain white yarn, because I was thinking of my marble sweater by Petite knit, where I use like the fat mohair from this company right here. I butcher the name every time and I'm not gonna say it. But I got that yarn and I use a cream off-white strand, and you can't even tell because I'll insert the finished object what it looked like. You can just see the mohair. So I was like, oh, I'll do the same thing, and I got this yarn right here, Drops Flora from Purple Sheep. Hello, here we go. This white yarn from Purple Sheep Farm. I'm not sure. They're closing down and they had like 30% off sale. Right now it's 50% off if you guys want to check them out, because they're shutting down. So I was like, perfect. That's where I used to get my drops before I went to Wool Warehouse to get my drops, because shipping was way cheaper, $47 cheaper. Okay. So yeah, I was just like, oh, perfect. It was like £1 per ball. So I got this yarn right here to go with this. So it's gonna be so perfect. I think I'm gonna do a no frills sweater with this, which would be nice. I haven't done one before, so I think I'm gonna use that for it. I'm gonna do a no frills sweater with another pairing of yarn, which is right here actually. Can you tell I'm obsessed with yarn that's just my hair color? Yeah. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Please clear up. This doesn't like me. There we go. And then this yarn right here. Ooh! So, my sister Malika, Mr. Bobbin, she last year, She was knitting on a Louvre sweater, put it down, didn't come back to the Louvre sweater, and had so much yarn left over from that sweater. This is Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk. Never used it before, and I was just like, what are you doing with that? Are you doing anything with that? Give it to me. So I took it. So I have a nice sweater quantity in this, and now I was like, dang, I wish I had yarn to match it. I don't have yarn to match it. And Kalila, more Copy Cali, she was like, come here, my sister. And I was like, yes. And she was like, I present to you yarn I got from Red Door Fiber Studio from the Akatar collection, Fire Drake. What? So I have a sweater quantity of this, I have a sweater quantity of this, and I was just like, oh, you guys are going together, okay? In person, these colors match way better than what's showing on camera. I don't know why it's showing weird on camera like that, but it's such a nice match, and I'm gonna knit a no-frill sweater with this combination first before the mohair white yarn, okay? So I count that as an acquisition as well because it wasn't in my stash, and now it is. This is also an acquisition. This cone right here is from Helholtz, I'm pretty sure. I got it from Kalila as well to match this mohair that she gave me as well. I just didn't feel like bringing it down. This is Isaiah, and this color match, crazy. We'll talk about it another time as well. Anyway, also from Purple Sheep, where I got this yarn because they were having a sale, I got these two. These aren't going together. I got sweater quantity in this and sweater quantity in this. So this is Drops Nepal. I haven't used this yarn before. It is a worsted weight, I'm pretty sure. 65% wool, 35% alpaca. Boom, in this color. And I was like, you know what? I can use this to knit up. What am I knitting this up? Oh, the Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit. So I'm going to be using this yarn. And then this right here is Drops Alaska. Ooh, clear up again. Boom. And this is 100% wool. I'm going to be knitting up the Wishbone sweater with this yarn by Kutovakika. Those are the projects that I'm going to be knitting later this year. And, oh, speaking about projects I'm going to be knitting later this year. So this is like acquisition / projects I'm going to be knitting later this year that I want to knit later this year. I'm going to be using this yarn right here from Knitting for Olive. I think I showed this before, but we're going to just show it again because it's just so good. Combining these colors together because you guys know me and colors. Combining colors together, okay? This is going to be the Arctic Light by Kutovakika. I'm going to make sure to insert pictures so you guys can see. That's going to be the first project that I cast on after casting off all of these projects, okay? So excited for that. And then while I have that on the needles, I also want to have a simple stockinette project on the needles. So I'm hoping to be able to cast on with this beautiful yarn right here. This is Out of the Woods from Sorilla's 2021 Taylor Swift collection. And oh my god, this is a fingering weight yarn with the same colorway in mohair. And I want to make the Elizabeth blouse out of this. Imagine the Elizabeth blouse with this colorway. Oh my gosh, crazy. Okay, this is gonna be so good. I'm obsessed. So that is a future project as well. And I think those are all the future projects, honestly, that I want to knit up this year that I'm hoping to get done. The main and only one that I'm hoping to get done this year is the Arctic Light sweater by Kutovakika. Fingers crossed I can get that done, but if not, at least start it, you know? And the last yarn, my acquisition, is this beautiful yarn right here. Hand-dyed yarn from Apricot Yarn and Supply. It's a local yarn shop in San Diego, and it is so nice. It has beautiful yarns, and I needed to visit it because when I was in San Diego with my sisters, I remembered that Leslie from Knit California, she was talking about this yarn shop in San Diego, and I was like, hello, we have to go. So I went with my sisters and I had to get a skein. It like came apart, so I had to like fix it, but I'm just gonna knit socks with this. This is from La Jolla, or Ba Yarn La Jolla, and it is 100% superwash merino wool, 400 yards, and it's artisanal, hand-dyed in America. Exclusively spun for Ba Yarn. Nice. So yeah, so pretty. Okay, I think that's it. Let me do a little double checking. I'm looking. That is all I have for you guys. I'm pretty sure if I forgot something, we'll talk about it in the next episode, which will come out whenever. Probably in September or something. I don't know. Either way, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for sitting here through all of this and catching up with me. If you want to catch up with me even more, I post vlogs all the time. So if you're gonna be here for just podcasts, good luck. Anyway, like I said, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you worked on while watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell because it will notify you guys whenever I post another video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram because that's where I'll update you guys on any and everything dealing with any of my projects, my yarn, my life, and everything. Also, don't forget, I'm going to be doing a destashing. I'm not sure at what point, but follow me on Instagram so you can stay updated. And also, if you want to check out my latest vlogs from my recent trip to Sweden, I will go ahead and link the playlist right there for you guys. It's my travel vlogs. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh, so much fun. So go ahead and check that out if you want to see more content from me. And I will also be posting a vlog later this week for you guys as well. And I think that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next one.